Life is short. Remember the parable of a certain rich man whose ground yielded an abundant harvest? He thought to himself, "What shall I do? I have no place to store my crops." Then he said, "This is what I'll do. I'll tear down my barns and I'll build bigger ones, and there I'll store my surplus grain. Then I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "You fool! This very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you prepared for yourself?" Now there are 2 points in this story. First point, this is how it'll be with whoever stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God. And second point, life is brief. James in one sentence sums it up in James 4:14. Why, you do not even know what'll happen tomorrow. What a sentence. Then he says, what is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Job said in Job 7:7, remember, O God, that my life is but a breath. David said it like this in Psalms 39:5. You have made my days a mere handbreadth. The span of my years is as nothing before you. Everyone is but a breath, even those who seem secure. Isaiah said it like this in Isaiah 2:22. Stop trusting in mere humans who have but a breath in their nostrils. Life is short. Did you get it? Life is short. And there are 3 things I suggest that you need to do about it. First, make sure you serve the Lord. Jesus said in Matthew 6:24, no one can serve 2 masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you'll be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Life is short. You're not promised tomorrow. Serving God pays now and later. If you died right now, where would you breathe your next breath? Heaven or hell? Life is short, so serve God. Second, maximize each day. Psalms 90:12 says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. God ordained the day you were born. God has an appointment for you on the day you'll die. Let's make every day in between count. Life is short. Instead of planning a year, plan a day. Jesus said in Matthew 6:34, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Do you notice how everybody seems to be too busy? You know nothing about the future, and in one sense, all you really know about is just the next few minutes. Maximize the moment. Maximize each day. Don't waste a day. Love. Enjoy life. Be happy to be alive. Third, invest your life in things that really matter. Things that make a difference. Things like your family. In the final analysis, money and fortune and fame and possessions and popularity and just how powerful you think you are, they won't matter in the end. Life is short. Invest in things that are eternal, the things that you can take to heaven with you. Invest your life in the things that'll reap eternal benefits. These are the things that matter. Life is short. Did I say that? Life is short. And I suggested these 3 things that you needed to do about it. Now, are you going to do it? But you know, the list could go on. And I want to close this story telling about a lady. For 11 years, Mary Leonard of Louisville, Kentucky, dealt with a rare tissue disease that invaded her muscles. There was no known cause or cure for the disease. Mary's case turned deadly when the disease invaded her heart. In fact, March of 2010, Mary was told by the doctor she had 24 to 48 hours to live. But after 20 days in hospice and 51 days in rehab and a number of days at home, Mary died 14 months later on May the 26th, 2011. She reflected on the changes that took place in her life in those 14 months. She said, I called myself an average Christian, but I didn't know exactly what God had done all these things for me, didn't understand the disease, but I knew that life would look different now. And she offered 5 life lessons that she learned through the ordeal. She knew that prayer was powerful. That's one lesson she learned. She needed to mend her fences. She needed to release the reins of her life to God. She needed to know that God is able, more than able. And finally, she had to put her focus on things that really matter. Why don't you take Mary's life lessons and put them with my 3 suggestions, which, by the way, were serve the Lord and maximize each day and invest your life in the things that really matter? Why don't you make the most of the remaining time that God has given you? You say, why? Because life is short.